don't think you gave me any powder. I just saw.
That's not in the little bag I gave you. Oh, we're live. Okay. Well, look at your hipster shirt on that you have.
It's a dress.
We need a full view.
Okay, yeah, we are live. Thanks for spotting that out, and welcome to the ripple effect. I don't know if I'd call that hipster, but we'll have her describe that. She's the fashion expert.
Alena is with us today, and hi, David. How you doing?
Good. Just we had a couple good segments on Quantum Leap, so I'm excited for you to bring a guest today. And if you want to do any check-in, feel free. We should maybe.
How's your babies? How's your little baby?
They're good. The sprouts. I know you sent me that photo this morning, but
let me show you my little babies. My little baby.
Yeah, so Erika came over and we planted these for the tower garden. Mine aren't grown quite that level. I got to get one of those heating pads, but and then we got the tower garden out here, so we're going to plant those. But I'll check in with you that after the
Sure. It's so fun to grow
this
stuff
week or whatever.
We're having a very extreme winter, and we can grow stuff and subvert the paradigm by growing our own food.
Yeah, and tell us, Alena, now are you working with do you have some Juice Plus stuff, or what are you doing with Erika in terms of your nutrition stuff?
I just went to Erika's house last week, and then she just showed me like the towers. We had a wonderful shake. She gave me some produce from the towers. So today I had a green smoothie using all the things from her tower, it was really good.
And did you share it with your brother?
Actually, I did give him a little bit. I think I'm not the greatest. Yeah, I'm not the greatest smoothie maker. So he was like, "This is really thick."
Erika basically has like a PhD in smoothie making. Like she has like.
Yes. When you come to my house, you have smoothie circus.
Yeah,
definitely. Yeah.
But let's introduce, if you don't mind introducing Alena, and tell us how you know her.
Alena, like Selena. Alena.
Oh, Alena, yeah. Sorry.
Strong E.
I'm the worst with pronunciation. So
yeah,
Alena,
yeah. So it's Alena Le Blanc of LeBlancLabel.com.
Okay.
And just spelled like it is right here, AlenaLeBlanc.com, right?
Or no, LeBlancLabel.com.
LeBlancLabel.com. Sorry, LeBlancLabel.com. And it's so wonderful to have you on.
Well, thank you for having me. I'm excited.
Yay! So tell us about you. We want everyone to know about you and what you do and how you serve and what you're cooking up. I know you got a lot going on. So Alena, I met Alena in a networking group, and she is a professional stylist, and she can help you vogue yourself and so much more. It's so much more than just the clothes you put on. It's just like the come from, the why of how you want to look and show up. And I think a lot of us have sort of schlumpadinkaed ourselves in the pandemic. And schlumpadinka is a word from a friend of ours, and it means messy. Schlumpadinka is messy.
I'd refer to it as a work in progress. We all get stalled out, and it's easy to kind of get frustrated. I do love having stylists. I actually found one with Corey that she's really just a Jay Hilburn person. But it is life-changing, to have somebody you consult who you trust. And I think,
yes.
So I'm interested to how you help your client, how you get started with, as a stylist, say, I actually probably need a stylist to do other stuff that's not just Jay Hilburn, but more of a big picture type of thing,
This whole it's all about transformation, right, David? So many of the people that we have on, it's about how do we move through stuck places? How do we change? How do we shift? And so let's let Alena share it with us about herself and her work, and then let's wrap about our stuck places, because we know we need this. So Alena, take it away. Tell us about you.
Okay, so a little bit about me. How I got started into styling is my background's actually in women's wear fashion design. So I designed for fashion tech companies based out of the Bay Area, like Third Love, which is a women's lingerie company, I designed for La Tote, which is a fashion subscription company, their private label brands. So I designed all categories and all different fabrications. So that means dresses, sweaters, pants, like any workwear to casual wear and event wear, everything there. And and then I worked for like very niche company, which was women's, like a luxury company for women 5'9" and up. So it's very specific, but they did all the manufacturing here in San Francisco and Oakland, which was really cool because we'd get to go to the factory, see how they did it there. We would sew some of the garments ourselves. So I have so much knowledge of like fabrics, fits, silhouettes, everything like that. And because of the pandemic, the company that I was working for, they actually filed for bankruptcy and laid everyone off. So I was in a position where I was feeling a little bit lost because I didn't want to just design more product to put out in the world. I knew that whatever I did, I had to have a lot more intention behind it. So doing something to help other people feel really good. And with my skills that I had, I realized I can help people and help them utilize things that they already own, show them creativity within that, show them how to wear multiple things or something multiple ways, and to help their style feel fresh and revived again. And I think during the pandemic, I started my business during the pandemic, so I have no idea what it was like to be a stylist before. But during the last couple of years and starting my business, I see so many people are feeling very stuck. And I think it's like being stagnant, being at home, wearing sweats, working from home. And now that things are opening up and you're going outside in the world, you want to feel really good. Like people are sick of wearing their sweats. And I want to also help people understand that you can feel just as comfortable, but more confident in an outfit that really represents how you want to show up and feel. So a lot of what I do has nothing really, it doesn't have a lot to do with clothing. It's really helping people feel comfortable trying things outside of their comfort zone and really stepping into an elevated version of themselves.
Drop
Right. Yeah.
the mic.
Yeah. I think, I don't know, it really comes down to, energy and flow. I think, we have a great space clear in our chapter who, when you get that kind of flow in your house, it changes your whole life. I feel like
Yes.
that's what fashion does for your person. And I've gotten more and more into it in terms of just watching it. I think there's some misconceptions around it about people getting started in fashion, that it actually doesn't have to be expensive. Even a lot of these celebrities, they can just wear stuff that is under $100 and they look great in it if you know what you're doing. It does
Yeah.
kind of take a certain sense that you got to develop. And I think it's so beneficial to work with somebody who can give you that confidence, because it's there's a lot of boundaries we create in ourselves. Color, all this stuff can just make you feel so different when you use it. And I think anybody who's out there doing like public speaking or
Mhm.
being a business owner, if you're selling courses, you don't only need like the Zoom window, you need basically a whole fashion lineup, in my opinion. But
Yeah. And
I'm
I
not
think
there
that's
yet, but
true.
I see what it would do for me if I had that.
Yes, because you want to feel comfortable and confident in every situation you're in. It's like, yes, of course, we want to look good on Zoom, but when you're in person, people make judgments about you within the first 7 seconds of seeing you. So that's such a quick amount of time that you're there to make an impression. And I think as a business owner, you really want to come off and represent the best version of yourself. And style is definitely a tool that can help you utilize that and feel good and to attract the people you want to attract.
Yeah, I used to go out to a lot of nightclubs, and my whole wardrobe really, I got down on Melrose in LA. So, secondhand stores are amazing for fashion
Oh,
if you
yeah.
know what you're doing, especially down in LA. So,
Yeah,
I
I
don't
love
know
that.
if maybe we're looking to somebody who's, new in their business, that doesn't have a lot of money, per se. How would you suggest that person kind of get started constructing? Basically, we're talking kind of what do they call it, a makeover essentially, of your
Yeah.
whole.
I think I think style really comes down to you knowing yourself and how you want to show up rather than just following trends. So I think when you are purchasing items for your wardrobe, it is an investment, and that doesn't have to be a huge investment, but it's got to be focused around pieces that you're going to wear a lot of different times, a lot of different ways. So if you are worried about like maybe spending money on things that are maybe you're not going to wear a lot, it ends up being more wasteful. But I love helping people do consignment shopping or thrift shopping, but that all comes down to a lot of the times knowing your body shape, what is going to be the most complimentary on you, what you're going to feel comfortable in. And a lot of it comes down to quality. So it makes more sense to invest in nicer natural fabrics and more classic silhouettes than it does something that's really extravagant and wild that you're going to wear a couple times and get sick of.
Yeah, that's huge. You have to feel good in it. I mean, that's a very European philosophy, what you're saying, in that you actually don't need much. Maybe you have five, like two good pairs of pants and shoes and like a black jacket or something, that it can be like, they say the best libraries are small, but you know what to do with them and you know where everything is. And I feel like that's kind of how I've gotten started with what I do have. I do need kind of a lot more, but
Yeah.
and
Well, that's a capsule wardrobe. So that a capsule wardrobe is like a few pieces that you can mix and match to create a lot of different options. And that just because, and I think people get a little bit caught up on a capsule wardrobe because they think maybe it has to be all neutrals or something like that. But I think a capsule wardrobe can be anything based on your style. So for me, I love colors and prints, and I'm going to utilize those all the time. So for the instance, this dress, it's a print. I can pull different colors from the prints to mix and match with different things. So it still feels fresh and relevant all the time to me. And it's just knowing those little tips and tricks to help you utilize your items more.
And so I feel like, David, you asked a bunch of things, and then so I want to jump in and say it is really so exciting to fantasize about what it could be and what is each person's expression through clothes, through how they show up and dress up in the world. And it is, it is so reflective of how do you feel and what do you want to say to the world and all that kind of, inner psyche kind of stuff that I love to do as a therapist, like you're doing for the outside expression. So what are some of the programs and ways that you have set up so people can come work with you? Like what do you got cooking up? And I can't wait to figure out the ways I'm going to play with you. So tell us.
So I work in packages with people because I do really want to be intentional. I won't go shopping with people unless I actually see what they've already have. So an intro package would just be a closet curation. And what we're doing is we'll have a session where we will really plan out what your ideal style looks like and what your dream situation would be like working with a stylist. And then we create a visual inspiration, and we create words around how you want to show up, how you want to feel, and how you want to be perceived. And we use that as a benchmark when we're going through your items. And then my other packages are 3 and 6 and 12-month packages. And that's really going through your wardrobe. Those are seasonal. So 3 months is one season, 6, 12, and so on. But what we're doing is going through your closet. Then we're doing shopping for holes to help you utilize more of what you own, to invest in some of those pieces that you don't have that are going to add a lot of value for you. And then we create looks. We have look sessions where we create looks with your older pieces, your new pieces, and we're mixing and matching. And then I use a styling platform called Human Stripe, which I have actual catalogs for you. So you can go in and see your lookbook to say, oh, I'm going to wear a casual outfit today. What am I going to wear? You save so much time. You just open the app on your phone and see like, oh, okay, this is a great outfit. I know it looks good on me. Just pull those pieces from your wardrobe and you're good to go.
What is that website again? What was that?
It's Hue and Stripe, but it's only for stylists. So
oh,
my sister actually had that La Tote for a while. You mentioned that, which was such a cool service because I would see her out and wearing these cool outfits, that you pick it and it comes in the mail. So I think that's a great way to experiment with stuff that you don't normally wear. I know women, I think women's fashion is so much more interesting than men's, but maybe that's not the case. That's my another limiting belief I have, but
Unless you're willing
No.
to dress like some other cultures, you know, David, you
Or
can.
not even, I think men's wear, it doesn't seem as exciting because the silhouettes are very similar all the time. You know, it's pretty much pants, shorts, shirts, jackets. It's not like women's have a lot of different length options. There's a lot of different like volume and certain looks, and a lot of men's clothes aren't really like that. So it does seem like that, but it's just stepping outside of your comfort zone. Like say you really like a color and you want to try it out, like maybe get a shirt or sweater in that color and see how you feel. You can always layer something underneath it that you feel like will tone it down, or the opposite if you want to wear like a sweater and wear a button-up shirt underneath and the shirt is in a print or color, you can just add a little pop to just bring in the detail.
So when, can I ask something, David?
Sure.
So when you taught that class that I attended, and I was going to an errand, you mentioned a really cool tool, like a website, a go-to website that people could look at clothes and buy clothes, and it was like a funky kind of website. And I wondered if you want to share that tool, or that or other tips and tricks, your super tips for where to go to that's off the beaten path of our usual. Like I love your credo of more natural fabrics, and you don't like the polyesters and such. So what was that?
Like, or how do you get a print? For example, you describe your shirt there as a print, and I know it's not a shirt, but or blouse,
Print dress.
print dress, but yeah, it's I just think the stylists, they can really get you something that has a unique look, and the fabric, you know, the color, you know, with men's wear, I see the stylists that help me with some of my stuff. But you know, I mean, I think you almost have to get it through the stylist, but you know, where do you get something like that, the print blouse that you have?
This is actually from Target.
Oh, really?
Yay, Target.
This is so Target has been doing these really cool collaborations with Black designers and stylists. And this is like one of their Black History Month dresses that a stylist helped design. And for me, I love it because there's a lot of emerging and Black designers that don't get enough credit as they deserve. And I think their prints, the colors they use are so beautiful and exciting that I'm like, this is so cool to see that a company like Target is pairing with these incredible designers to bring really fun and exciting pieces into people's everyday wardrobe. Because a lot of the times what you end up seeing is a lot of neutrals, and you get to see a lot of these things that to me, I'm like, that doesn't do
Boring
anything.
stuff. Yeah.
That's so cool. So
Yeah,
what
I haven't. My girls love Target. I got a 7-year-old and a 17-year-old, and they find amazing stuff at Target. You know.
So can you answer the question I asked you? Like, what is that link that you were sharing that's an easy thing to look up stuff on your phone that you were talking about in your class that you did with this business coach? It was you and a business coach. You were talking about style and business. Do you remember that?
David?
It was a woman. It was a woman.
Oh, wait, me? Or I thought you said David.
No, I'm talking to you, Alena. Alena.
Me?
David,
Oh, so
you.
okay, I was like confused, but so I don't necessarily have like one site or anything that I would recommend for that, but I do recommend using Pinterest. So I have all my clients do this. They create a style board on Pinterest, and it really helps them get a visual representation of how, like, what they're drawn to or what they really like. Even for myself, I use this. I create like a dream style board. And when I'm shopping, I want to make sure that everything feels aligned with that, because people focus on a lot of the times they're like, oh, it's cheap, so I get it. But if you're not going to wear it and you're not going to love it, you're really just wasting money. So for me, everything that I add, I'm like, I want to really love it and I want it to align with that. So Pinterest is a great tool to use to just give you visuals. There's sometimes links where you can click on it to buy things. I don't necessarily do that, but I think it's just a good visual representation.
You don't remember the kind of like some place where it's like a cool clearinghouse of clothes, and you were saying it's very hipster, but you don't remember what I'm talking about.
Oh, wait, are you talking about the Real Real?
Yes, I'm
Okay,
talking
so
about
that's
that.
not, I wouldn't say it's hipster, but the Real Real is a lot of the times it's designer consignment pieces, and they have really good price points, and the pieces are very unique. So for me, I love shopping on there. I think you really have to know your measurements though, and check the measurements of the garment, because a lot of those things, because they are pre-owned, they could have been altered. So you don't just go based off what size you think you are, really look at the measurements.
Okay. And so that's called the Real, as in
Yeah.
REAL. And
Yes.
that's great to know. And when you're thinking about your measurements, you literally can take a tape measure and measure
Mhm.
the measurements of your hips, your bust, your whatever this is.
Your waist. I would say the most, for women at least, the three most important measurements to know are your bust, which is going to be like at your apex to measure around there, your waist measurement. If you have a hard time finding it, you can bend to the side, and where your waist like folds is where your natural waist is. And then your hips, which are, I mean, I could see that. But the biggest part
Look
of
at that
you
dress.
here is going to be your hip measurement.
I am so happy you showed us that dress. It's so fun. And you got that at Target.
Yeah, I mean, that's a huge thing I see with the style. Why you need a stylist too is that fit, that you're not going to really get that without a stylist. The fit is so critical. I mean, I know it's even more important for women's, but for men's, if you see the things that really look good, you
Mhm.
get that fit, and if you have the unique fabric, that's how you get the interesting looks. Is combine all those things that.
Yeah. And for men too, well, and women, but I think it's really important if you do buy something like off the rack, and sorry, I have to plug in my laptop. But if you buy something off the rack and say maybe it's a little big on you, you can always bring it to a tailor, and
I can bring it in.
it probably won't, the investment in that isn't that big, but it makes a huge difference in how the garment looks on you. And I just did a presentation for my BNI group, and I kind of talked about that in it, and was saying in psychology, a lot of fashion psychology, when people see something that is tailored to them, people come off as more professional. They look more put together and trustworthy. And so I think that's a really great little tweak you can use to just really elevate your wardrobe and confidence.
Love it. Love it. I love the passion and aliveness that you're bringing to the work you do. And I keep thinking of fun ways that we can have you do your beautiful work with different populations of people. Like the friends that I play ultimate frisbee with, they're mostly mamas, and they are, in their 50s and above, and they are interested in cost. And, I could imagine that we do like a project with that group of people that's different than the millennials and the 30 somethings and 40 somethings. Like, so I could imagine having a lot of fun with how you work with different populations of people, and create, everybody can step it up.
I think one suggestion I'd have too is to really find groups, because you actually need to find fun places where you can wear this stuff too. And I mean, that's what's so amazing about the Bay Area and the East Bay, and Oakland, Berkeley. There's so many great places. If for example, my daughter's former teacher, he had this Obioma kids, where he had all the students in his class create like African wear. And then we had this little fashion show, and I went and took pictures. But there's all kinds of those types of things in Oakland that are, fun things where you can wear this stuff.
Yep. And
I think a lot
also,
of our mixers that we do
yeah,
too,
it's all about the social stuff, and
yeah.
also about like when I got on that cruise, I got out all the dresses and all the things that I usually never wear. And it was so much fun to dress up. It's like for a reason to get together, a reason to dress up and show up and be all prettied up, or whatever that word is, dressed up. I guess that's the word. You're
I
really
think it's also making a habit of it. It's like, yes, I can wear leggings and athletic clothes when I leave, but instead I have a wardrobe of things that I really love, so I want to wear them. And so for me, I would wear this just to go to like the grocery store I want to feel good every day. So I know that I feel good in these clothes that I love. And so I think it's really just creating a habit of like, okay, I have these clothes that I really like and I want to use them. I don't want them to just sit in my closet and gather dust and just wither
Exactly.
away.
And I think that a great thing for everyone who's checking this video out and meeting you for the first time, Alena, a great starter thing to do is to actually open up your closet and look at it and see what you hate, what you like, what you don't like. Pull out the stuff that's tired and depresso and say goodbye. Bring it to the, your local charity. There's so many people who would appreciate. I'll never forget when I cleared out my closet with two friends. They were like, Erika, this stuff has to go. And I was ready for the transformation, and I got rid of 10 bags worth of clothes to make room for the new. And it was so satisfying to really clear
It's freeing.
space. So it's like, and then that's the time to really get with you, Alena, because like, I know I need those pieces, but first I want to make space in my closet for the new.
Yeah, I think that's important. We all of us end up holding on to a lot of things that we don't necessarily need. And it's really looking at that to say, like, does this align with how I want to look and feel? And if it's a no, that's okay. Maybe you want to consign some of your really nice pieces. Maybe you want to donate them. That's great because somebody else can wear them and love them. Because if you're not, they're just sitting there.
I gave you that dress. Dress, right? When Alena came over last week or the week before, I forget. And I was like, this dress, I can't fit into this dress. And it was so nice to just be like, Alena, I know you're going to find a perfect human for that dress. And I love, we can create collaboration. Like maybe we could have an Alena curated clothing swap.
Yeah, I'm actually going to be hosting some soon.
Oh
I
my
don't
gosh,
know when.
put me on the list, especially if you're including petite women, because I know other petite women. We used to have petite women clothing swaps. So anyway,
So I have a key question here for you, Alena. Who out there is your ideal client? Who do you find that you can help the most, or that you like working with the best? Women, men, certain ages, certain areas, kind of styles or vibes that they're into.
So I have been just like kind of dialing down on that a bit lately because I really was like, I just want to help women, but I've been working with male clients recently and it's been so fun. And so for me, really my ideal client is anybody who is the face of their business and they want to attract more visibility and opportunities because you're out there speaking, you're networking, you're putting yourself out there, you're in front of clients. So it's important that you show up and really you're able to express yourself and your personality and your style, that you are able to feel confident when you're speaking and in front of people, and that you look presentable so people trust you and are drawn to you.
Great. I have one other stylist kind of in my referral portfolio, so to speak, but we can maybe talk more because it's great to meet you and maybe help refer business to you out here in our East Bay. Where are you based at?
I'm in Castro Valley, but I work with clients all over the Bay Area, LA, and then I do also virtual styling for really anyone outside of this area. I worked with somebody in Barbados recently, so that was fun.
Wow. Do you ever use that cafe, that Three Crosses Church in Castro Valley?
Yeah, Cafe 4.
Yeah, whatever that's called. It's a beautiful, big old space, beautiful space, not old. And that would be a great meeting place for people to come have a something with you. So I see that an event there would be in our future.
Yeah. Who are good referral partners for you in terms of power partners or people that you connect with well to kind of share business?
I would say different sort of like coaches, branding, people who are in branding, photographers who are focused on branding, lifestyle. I do some like fashion styling as well. So I've styled for like magazines and commercials, but really I love working with people one-on-one. So I would say hairstylists, makeup artists, business coaches.
Okay, so I'm making a list for you, Alena.
Yeah, I was like, sorry, that was a lot.
Yeah, very good. Now
awesome.
I'll look for some people in terms of going through folks, and maybe we can talk a little more too offline at some point. And we are just about at time. I don't know if there's anything you wanted to add, Erica, while we ask her why we still have her.
I just want to say thank you, Alena, for bringing the sunshine in the rainy rain of this moment. And, you know, just like this dress you're wearing from Target, okay, like how easy was that to find that? And how let's all have a little step up with some of these tools and tips and tricks, and let's report back when we see you next time.
Yeah, I would love that. Thank you for having me. This was so fun.
Yay.
Yeah, great work and good to have you. And folks, we're going to sign off from the Ripple Effect. I will track down your website and any other contact info and put that in the comments. So
Oh,
with that,
something else
Sure.
really quick. On Wednesdays, I post Wear What You Own Wednesdays on my Instagram. So I show one garment worn 5 different ways to help give people more inspiration, different styling ideas. And I think that's just something fun I started doing. And it's been about, I would say, I've done it for over a year now, but it's nice because people really like it because they get inspiration and they're like, oh, people will message me or DM me on Instagram and say like, oh, I tried something completely different because of your videos. So that makes me feel good because I just want to help people feel more creative and have more fun with their fashion again.
Oh my gosh, we need you.
great. Well, with that, we're going to end it here, and we'll have you back at some point. Thanks for the introduction, Erica.
All right.
Thank you, David.
Bye, everyone.
Thank you.